We perceive the sun as a constant, a stable furnace, but we are living in the atmosphere of a volatile, magnetic variable star. Space is not empty. It is a battlefield of fields. We are drifting in the wake of a giant, a star that breathes energy into the void. September 1st, 1859. Red Hill, Surrey. Richard Carrington, an amateur astronomer, is projecting an image of the sun onto a glass plate. At 11:18 a.m., he witnesses something unprecedented. Two beads of blinding white light erupt within a cluster of sunspots. It was a solar flare, the most powerful ever recorded. But the flare was merely the opening act. It was the muzzle flash. What followed was the bullet, a coronal mass ejection, or CME. 1 billion tons of solar plasma launched into the void at over 4 million miles per hour. 1 billion tons of solar plasma, laced with magnetic fields, launched into the void. A direct hit on a collision course with our fragile home, traveling across the 93 million-mile void. Space is not empty. It is a battlefield of fields. When that CME arrived, it didn't just hit Earth. It initiated magnetic reconnection. The sun's magnetic field line snapped and fused with our own. The sun's magnetic field line snapped and fused with our own, pouring trillions of watts of power into our upper atmosphere. A surge of pure, raw energy. In the language of astrophysics, we measure this disruption via the Disturbance Storm Time Index, or DST. While a typical storm registers at -50, the Carrington Event is estimated at a staggering -850. In 1859, the only high-tech infrastructure was the telegraph. Lines hissed with phantom electricity. Operators in Philadelphia and Boston found they could send messages with their batteries disconnected. In some offices, the induction was so strong the telegraph paper caught fire. Powered purely by the surging atmosphere, the world's communication network was self-immolating. The aurora borealis, usually a ghost of the Arctic, was seen in Cuba, Hawaii, and Colombia. The sky was a deep, bruised purple and neon green, a global display of energy. In the Rocky Mountains, gold miners wake up and begin cooking breakfast, certain the sun had risen due to the intense light, a false dawn that heralded a new era. If the Carrington Event happened today, we wouldn't be looking at a few burnt papers and confused miners. We would be looking at the collapse of the 21st century. Our modern world is built on a Goldilocks grid, designed for a very specific, calm magnetic environment. A Carrington-class storm induces direct current into our alternating current systems. High-voltage transformers are the heart of our civilization. They are also our greatest weakness. They cannot handle DC saturation. During a megastorm, these multi-ton components don't just trip a circuit breaker, they melt. They are bespoke, incredibly expensive, and take months, sometimes years, to manufacture. A failure at this scale would leave the world in darkness for years. Let's trace the timeline of a modern Carrington event. Day 1. The flare reaches us in 8 minutes, moving at the speed of light. High-frequency radio is silenced. GPS becomes a memory. Air traffic control is effectively blinded. Week 1. The just-in-time supply chain halts. Without electricity, there are no fuel pumps. Without fuel, there are no trucks. Food in grocery stores disappears in 72 hours. Water treatment plants fail. The tap goes dry. A study by Lloyd's of London suggests the economic toll on the US alone could exceed $2 trillion. We are talking about a black start scenario, trying to reboot a grid when the tools required to fix it are broken. We are not entirely defenseless. We have sent sentinels into the fire. The Solar and Heliospheric Observatory and the Parker Solar Probe act as our early warning system, watching the monster breathe. Because a CME is made of physical matter, plasma, it travels slower than light. From the moment we see the flare, we have a window of 14 to 30 hours before the hammer falls. This is the ultimate gamble. With enough warning, we could theoretically pull the plug, manually shutting down the global power grid to prevent the transformers from melting. We would intentionally plunge the world into darkness to save the hardware. We would intentionally plunge the world into darkness to save the hardware that allows us to return to the light. A temporary shadow for long-term survival in a fragile silicon world. The sun operates on an 11-year cycle. It is a clock that has been ticking for 4.6 billion years. Another Carrington-class event is not a matter of if, but when. Pacing builds with Zimmer-esque music. The 1859 storm was a warning shot across the bow of a wooden ship. The next one will hit a ship made of silicon. We are finally beginning to understand the monster we orbit. Let us hope we understand it in time. At EPK Capital, we build wealth that lasts across generations. Understanding the global forces that shape our world is the key to a lasting and protected legacy. Professional and sophisticated tone. In a world of volatile variables, we focus on the truth beyond the noise. Your wealth, protected and grown through institutional-grade insights and a global perspective. Authoritative and calm delivery. For our NRI clients, we offer strategic reports like the 7 costly tax traps for high-net-worth NRIs. Information is the ultimate shield. Visit our website to download your copy and learn more. Strategic delivery. EPK Capital is committed to transparency and institutional-grade insights. Building wealth for generations requires a steady hand and a clear vision of the future. The heartbeat begins. Pacing slows. This content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always consult with a professional advisor regarding your specific financial situation. The final heartbeat fades. Silence. Protecting your legacy since 1847. We build wealth for generations. Final silence. Fade to black. Silence. Pause. Silence. Pause. Silence. Pause.